Okay, this instructional video is going to show you how to find an independent reading book, how to select it, how to open it and read it, and then some of the tools that are available to you to help you read it. So the first thing is we've already gone into the HMH site. Here we are at our entry point. I'm going to click on Read 180, and our base menu is going to show up here. I'm going to go down to Independent Reading. Independent Reading, it's in the bottom left corner. I'm going to click Go. And here we are at our main page. And it won't have anything. I took that book off because I don't want you, this is how it should look when you come in. The first thing I want you to do is to go to All Titles. Now we have the levels of Lexile books. And this is where it's important that you know what your Lexile score was from your reading inventory. And I will be giving that to you. So let's just assume that I scored an 800. Well, for this first, if this is the first or second book that you're reading, I would encourage you to go down a level. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go beyond encourage. Please go down a level. So in this case, I'm going to go down to this next range, the 600 to 799. And I want you about 100 points below your Lexile range. 50 would be okay, but 100 or 150 would be fine as well. So I'm going to open up this level. And here we have all the books that are available to you. So you've got some choices. However, not all of these books are actually available to you. So look down below the very first one, Belly Busting Worm Invasions. Cool book, by the by. But this one is a paperback. It says paperback in the bottom. You cannot check out a paperback book. It exists in my room, in my bookshelf. So that's not available to you. But the ebook is. So the ebook is what you're looking at. And you need to look at this little script below to see which books are available. On this next line, Echo is available. Esperanza Rising is not available. This is an audiobook, and what this means is that it will play the story to you, but you have to have the book available. Again, this is a paperback book, so audiobooks are not available to you. So in this one, actually, this book and this book, the Francisco Pizarro and Echo, are available, but Facts of Life and audiobook are not. And so just make sure that you're looking. Last year, I read Dive, so it was fantastic. Highly recommend it. So I'm going to click on that, and it gives me this little information pane that comes up. This is the most important one that I want you to look at. We are in the range of 600 to 799, but this book is actually a 750. So you want to see what the actual book is that you're reading. What is the Lexile for that? It's an ebook. That's groovy. We'll talk about the 9 to 13 points in a second. And it's 149 pages long. So it's a good sized read. That's great. That'll keep you busy for a while. There's a little descriptor in here. It's a little bit like looking on the back of the book or in the inside. If you're in a hardcover book, on the inside cover, there'll be sort of a summary of what the story is about to get you interested in it. If you click on this speaker, it will read it to you. But of course, I would encourage you to read it to yourself. Kaz and his crew are sure that a sunken treasure ship is real, but some people want the ship for themselves. Will Kaz be able to rightfully reclaim the ship? All right, so I want to read it. Sounds awesome. I'm going to click on read. And here we are on the front cover. So cool. I'm going to flip the page, and this is exactly like the print book. And notice in this very first page, it's all in italics. It's that slanty text. That's always a clue to the reader. In this case, it means that it happened a long time ago. How do I know that? Because I look at the date. This looks like a log or a diary. And it's got a date, 29th of August, 1665. Wow. 1665 to 1775, that's 100 years. 1775 to 1865, that's another 100 years. 1865 to 1965, when I was born, by the by, that's 300 years, and it's been another like 50 years. So we're at 350 years, basically. if I click to chapter 1, ooh, now it's all in normal text. So I know we're up to today's date. When you come across text features like that and you're not sure why it is, please ask me. That's really important. All right. You will also see this little tab down here that says support. This is a dangerous menu of options for you because some of them are actually not helpful. They're here because some people think that they're helpful, but as a reading specialist, I can tell you some of these things I don't want you to use. All right, but let's look at them anyway because you're here and you're going to want to check them out. This one you might want to use. This is the chapters. So let's say I want to go to chapter 2. I click on this. Woo, and I'm at chapter 2. That makes finding your place really, really easy. You're also going to have a log, which is going to remind you about what page you're on. So let's say that I'm in chapter 2, but I'm actually in page 12. I go right to page 12 using this slider. This takes me all the way up to the end of the book, all the way to the beginning of the book. Any page that I need, super easy to find it. So that's how you're going to get to the page in the book that you need. It says read aloud. I do not want you to use this. The reason why is because it uses a computer voice, which is not natural, and it doesn't use what we call prosody. It doesn't express the written word the way that I want your brain to be trained to do that. So please don't use the read aloud. The only time that I would say to use it would be if it's after school, you don't have anybody that you can talk to, you come across a paragraph that's really hard or a sentence that's really weird and you can't figure it out. Go ahead and hit the read aloud for that paragraph only. But please don't read it, just turn it on while you read. Looping, we're going to do something like that. But again, it'll be a little bit different. So only use read aloud in the rare cases that you are like, you don't know how to pronounce something or there's some weird text feature and you need it to be read to you. That would be okay. The rest of the time, please don't. The Zoom. Let's go to some text. Oops. All right. Get some text here. Kids tend to like to do this. The problem is that your brain does not read text this big most of the time. For adults, it's more like this. So you're on a Chromebook and you may have trouble seeing this size text. That's cool. If you have to, go to the 2 times. Please don't read it the 3 times. There's just no reason for you to try to read like this. It'll make reading much harder for your brain. If you can keep it at this size, that's cool. So this or 2 times if you're on a Chromebook. Other than that, please don't enlarge the text. You don't need to. The highlighter. Here's how I would like you to use the highlighter. We're going to read, we're reading along, and let's see if I can find Dreaded. Dreaded and Corsair. I don't know what Dreaded means. I think I might know, but I'm not positive. And Corsair, I've never heard that word before. So as I go through scurvy scum, well up with suppressed anger. Ooh, I don't know what suppressed means. This is a way for you to keep track of the words that you don't know. And if you're finding that there are, if you've got 10 or 15 words on a page that you don't know, you're probably in a text that's a little bit hard for you. But these are words that you can then go and look up and figure out what they mean. Or you can ask me. That's probably the easiest first thing to do is just ask me, hey, Dr. Cass, what does suppressed mean? I might ask you to read me the sentence, but keeping track of the words you don't know is just feedback for you. It's like, wow, there's a lot of words I didn't know in this one. And you could, if you like, I really want to know what Corsair means, so I'm going to go look that one up. You don't have to look them all up, but ones that look cool, scurvy. Oh, that sounds cool. I want to look that one up. All right. If you want to read it as a double spread, which I would actually encourage you to do, you can do that. You can hit the double spread. It now makes it like a normal book, like you're really holding a book. Let's go to this last one. This is the activity center. For your first read, I'm going to want you to take a quiz. Oops. And let's see, why won't it take me? I started this one, so it's not letting me, and I don't know how to go. Oh, here we go. Back. So we're at the very first one. Anyway, it'll give you two choices. It'll give you choice for a low point or a higher point. We're always going to choose the higher point because it's really not hard. It's like 2 more questions or something. So when you're done with the book, not before, when you're done with the book, you'll take this, and this will be some of the points that you'll get towards your grade. All right, put that away. So that is how you're going to use your independent reading. And hopefully, feel free to watch this video as many times as you need to remind you of how to do different things. But I think that you're going to find that it's pretty cool and pretty easy to do independent reading using the Read 180 book library. All right, guys, have a good one.